my fellow crafters, and welcome back to Inspiration for Cards. My name is David, and today I'm going to be making... I think I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to decorate my journal for my December daily, or December day by day. So I have an idea, not sure it's going to work, so if it's not going to work, you will not see the video. If it is going to work, you're going to see the video. So wish me luck. So let's switch the camera around because I'm going to start by putting on some white gesso. I've got that right here from Dutch Doobadoo. This is the plain white gesso, and I'm just going to cover this planner in gesso. Just a thin layer, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I do want it to be white. Well, this is going on quite smoothly, so I started on the back on purpose. So turning it around. I'm just going to cover it all with this white gesso. There we go. That's white enough. Now this has to dry. So I'll let this dry and then I'll be back. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting on a light coat of this white Amsterdam acrylic, but it's, how do you call it? Pearl white. And so that has a nice pearly shine. Since it is my December, I'm allowed to go bling bling. Well, I think I am. So this is going to have a beautiful pearlescent shine to it. I'm just going to cover this up. And then it has to dry. And then I will add another layer of this color. So I'll let this dry and then I'll be back. This is now nice and dry, so it's ready for another layer. Now I'm just gonna, where's my water? Thin this out a tiny bit because it's the second layer, and I will just mix that right here on my craft sheet just to thin that out a tiny bit. Since it's the second layer, it doesn't have to be as thick. See, I'm not sure you see it, but I see that it covers really nicely now. So it's got one layer of white gesso and then 2 layers of this acrylic paint, and that's going to be my base. Now, as I said, I'm not 100% sure how this is going to turn out, but so far it is going like a charm. And I've got an idea in my head that I will explain to you in a second. But first let me finish this and then I'll explain what I've got in mind. So, look at that shine, love it. Okay, I'll clean up my mess and then I'll be back. So what I've got here is I've got a piece of paper, just 200 grams watercolor paper, and I've got a sheet of the roll from the double-sided adhesive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel off this backing. Just do half first. And then I've got this wool in different shades of gray. Now let me see, I think I want this lightest one. And I've got no idea how this is going to work. I saw Els van den Burg do this. And I thought, this looks cool. But I'm just gonna... I guess I'll just put it on. Like that. I love the feel of it though. That's cool. I will use the release sheet to press that down. And I will take off some excess, because waste not, right? Okay, I'm very curious whether this is going to work or not. We'll see. I'll just trim off this piece of release sheet. And if it's not going to work, I'm going to go back to the drawing board. But let me cut this out. I assume this will cut out. So let me try that, and then I'll be back. Ooh, they've trimmed out. Perfect. Look at that. Ooh, I love that. Right, pokey tool. Pokey tool, pokey tool. There it is. Oh, I'm excited now. I am excited. Oh, look at that. You see that? Beautiful. Ooh, I love this. Okay, getting excited. Okay, so these came from the set called Snowy Windows, which is also in my journal as a, what do you call it, shaker page. But I wanted to try these, or use these snowflakes, and that worked. So now, is this dry? No, it's not dry yet. So I'll dry that, and then we'll continue. These I want to go on here, like that, something like that. And then here I want a different wool. I'll think about that, and then I'll come back. But this needs to dry first, so let's do that. Okay, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to come in with this stencil. It's also one of the art journal special stencils. I'm not sure which one and if it's still available. I'm sorry about that. I had this laying around in my stash, and I just want to add a bit of silver to this cover. And I'm using the Simon Hurley Creates lunar paste for that. He's got this in all sorts of colors, but it's nice stuff. It's fun to play with, and it's a beautiful, beautiful shine when it's dry. So I'm just going to work that through my stencil. Nothing perfect, nothing, and it's not even going to show up that much, but it will just give it some texture. Fairly, that's what I like. It's going to be partly covered again with the snowflake, but you see, it just gives it that bit of texture. And I'll put some here as well, because the back I'm not going to stick any wool or anything to, but I do want some of this texture to come back. There we go. I like that. Okay, let me clean this up. And then, you've guessed it, this needs to dry again. Now, while that lunar paste is drying, I will just trim a bit of my adhesive to size. Or something like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to my cover, and then using a craft knife, I'm just going to follow along this wiggly edge . trying to get that to meet up with that pocket that's on there, because I want to have this pocket the way it's done now. Now if that doesn't work, I will just rip this and I will make it look like it was intended that way. So that's in the bin. Now let me see. Let me trim this down. There we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect by all means. It's but I do like it if it's following that shape. Like so. That went well. So I've just trimmed off this area so that the border is. Now let's peel this off. First let's varnish this down. I think that might help. Really varnish this adhesive down so that it's really on there. And then just help it along. And here we have a sticky pocket. Now I think I want to use this slightly darker wool. Let me see, how does this match up? No, I think I'm going even darker for that part. Yeah. Then what I'll do is I will just lay this down like that. And another piece. And I'm just going to build this up like that. Just going around, sticking the wool down where it needs it. And I will just rub this in. And yes, some of the bits will go off, I know that, but I don't mind that much because it's got a nice soft feel to it. So I will take my long neck scissors, listen to me, my long neck scissors, and I will just trim this off. Like so. And take my release sheet and varnish this in. Just make sure that it's really, all the parts that can stick down to that adhesive will stick down to that adhesive. And trim the excess off again. Once more. There we go. So next I'm gonna do my snowflakes on here. I think I'll do the big one at the bottom and the other two more towards the top, like that. Yeah, like that. So let's clean this up because I don't want to ruin that by dumping anything on it. So we'll just put that back into its plastic box and or plastic bag, and let that sit there. So I'm going to use glossy accents to glue this on. I don't know. Someone gave me that tip, so I thought, well, let's try that, because I've never glued with glossy accents. I've only made things glossy with glossy accents, but let's have a go. Shall we? So this will take a bit longer to dry, I'm pretty sure of that. But then again, if I don't do it too thick. But I want a good amount of glue on there because I want it to stick really well. So let's put that on there. I think this works well. So that's that. Last bit. Quite simple, but very effective, I think. So let's give this some time to dry. And to really adhere. And then we'll have a look. Okay, now, don't know if you still remember, but this one has a blue inside, but also a blue elastic. And I don't want that elastic to show on the outside. So I had this idea that I've got this beautiful ribbon, and I'm going to see if I can make that work if I push that through here. I'm pretty sure I can make that work. I mean, the elastic band is always better, but okay, because it's more firm, more secure, but I want something different. Ah, this is going to be so pretty. Going to tie this in a knot. And then, what am I going to do with this one? I think I'm just going to tie that in a knot as well. I don't want to trim it off, because if the ribbon thing doesn't work, then I have an issue. But it is going to work. I'm pretty sure of that. So, where did I leave my contents of this book? And then this is the last one in the middle. So this one needs to go here. So let me just put this back in its form. I love how this is coming together. And it's got room enough to grow. So there we go. Look at that. I love it. It's nice, touchy-feely. Some of this will come off, but I think the majority will stay on there. I love these little wool snowflakes that I've got on there. Yeah, I think it is really, really nice. Oops. Come on, go back in there. I think it's nice. I love it. I love how it turned out. I love the ribbon thingy, the closing band. I think that's fun as well. So yeah, another fun way to create a different kind of planner. So yeah, I love it. Hope you liked it too. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and consider to subscribe to my channel, because that would really make my day. Good luck with your December day by day if you are joining in, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your makes. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll be back soon. Thank you. Bye.